So sir, yung paulit-ulit yung binabanggit na motivation to be responsive, yung pangako sa
Well,
Diyos.
we have yet to be convinced, ano? Sabi ko nga kanina, ang nag-deliver ng coup de grace sa tanong, si Senator Pacquiao. Kasi sinabi niya, kung nagkapalitan ng posisyon, ikaw ang investigador at ako yung dalawang ang testimonya na magkabangga, ano yung magiging conclusion mo? Maliwanag yung sagot ni Las Cañas, magdududa siya. Siya hindi niya masisisi yung mga senador, nagdududa lahat, di ba? At pagka nagdududa ka, kung alin ang totoo o totoo yung sinasabi niya, may problema, di ba?
So after nyo marinig yung testimony, alin ang mas kapanipaniwala? Sir, yung yung testimony o yung ngayon?
Hindi nga natin malaman kasi magkabangga yung kanyang testimonya. The point is, kung ang dalawang testimonya mo nagkakabanggaan, talagang magkakaroon ng duda sa maski kaninong tao, yung right-thinking individual, ano? Unless bias ka masyado at gusto mong paniwalaan lang yung isa niyang testimonya over the other. Now, gusto kong isara yung kanina na kasi may information na yung dance instructor na pinatay nila, sinabi nila, buhay na buhay, kaya pinakukuha na ko ng statement saka ng video. So, paano mo ngayon panino? Kaya tinatanong ko siya, halimbawang makaharap mo yung sinasabi mong pinatay ninyo. Anong gagawin mo? Papalitan mo na naman yung statement mo dahil buhay pala.
Pero kaya hindi daw silang pumatay kasi
Hindi, nasa statement niya. Nandito yung transcript yung TSN, kaya nga pinakuha ko yung TSN, 11:20 in the morning, ito yung kanyang testimonya. Kasama siya nung pinatay yung dance instructor. Merong tumawag na sinasabing nandyan yung dance instructor, buhay na buhay. Kaya nga tinatanong ko siya, kung makaharap niya yung sinasabi niya pinatay nilang dance instructor, magbabago po ulit siya ng statement. Pangatlo na yun.
Sir, but what does it represent? You know, it's not the first time that there are being reports of police abuses. Do you see, sir, the magnitude of the problem?
Well, as Senator Soto manifested before we adjourned, there are 53,000 that were arrested. And kung totoo merong impunity na lahat ng illegal drugs na operations pinapatay ng police, hindi lang 2,500 yung patay. Di ba? Anyway, hindi pa ako nag-explain. Para kay retired SPO3 Arturo Barikit Las Cañas, upang mas madali po ninyong maunawaan ang doktrinang res inter alios acta. Babasahin ko ang ilang bahagi ng isang desisyon ng kataas-taasang hukuman ng Republika ng Pilipinas sa kasong Harold Tamargo versus Romulo Awingan et al. Na inilabas noong ika-19 ng Enero taong 2010 na iniakda na yumaong dating punong Maestrado Renato Corona. Thus, the court ruled, and I quote, "This rule prescribes that the act or declaration of the conspirator relating to the conspiracy and during its existence may be given in evidence against co-conspirators provided that the conspiracy is shown by independent evidence aside from the extrajudicial confession. Thus, in order that the admission of a conspirator may be received against his or her co-conspirators, it is necessary that A, the conspiracy be first proved by evidence other than the admission itself, B, the admission relates to the common object, and C, it has been made while the declarant was engaged in carrying out the conspiracy. Otherwise, it cannot be used against the alleged co-conspirators without violating their constitutional right to be confronted with the witnesses against them and to cross-examine them," unquote. Ang may papayo ko lamang kay SPO3 Las Cañas, kung ang layunin ng inyong extrajudicial confession ay mapanagot sa ilalim ng batas si Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte at iba pang personalidad, marapat lamang na maliban sa iyong salaysay, may maipakita pa kapang bukod at ibang ebidensya. Kung wala, ay maaring masayang lamang ang oras ng mga tao dito dahil baka walang kahinatnan ang isinasagawa nating pagdinig sa araw na ito laban sa sino mang mga taong idinadawit mo. Idagdag pa natin ng extrajudicial confession ni retired SPO3 Las Cañas ay hindi niya ginawa habang nagaganap ang di umano'y conspiracy na sinasabi niyang kinabibilangan niya mismo ang nooy Mayor Rodrigo R. Duterte ng Davao City at iba pang mga personalidad na kanya rin binanggit sa kanyang sinumpaang salaysay na lumiban at tumaliwas sa nauna na niyang pinahayag sa isa pang komite ng Senado noong ika-3 na Oktubre taong 2016. On another point, as chairman of the Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, I would like to state here and now, and this is my personal sentiment, that I have grown averse to flip-flopping statements made under oath, probably because of similar incidents in the past, directly and indirectly affecting my person. Thus, characters like Ador Mawanay, Udong Mahusay, Cesar Mancao, to name a few, who changed their sworn statements as if they were changing their socks from white to black or vice versa, may have influenced my natural aversion to self-contradictions. In this regard, again, may I quote from another recent Supreme Court ruling in People versus Felipe Mirandilla Jr., penned by recently retired Justice Jose Perez, dated July 27, 2011. The Supreme Court ruled, and I quote, "Jurisprudence is consistent that for testimonial evidence to be believed, it must not only come from a credible witness, but must be credible in itself, tested by human experience, observation, common knowledge, and accepted conduct that has evolved through the years." To continue, as a rule, self-contradictions and contradictory statements of witnesses should be reconciled, it being true that such is possible since a witness is not expected to give error-free testimony, considering the lapse of time and the treachery of human memory. But this principle, learned from lessons of human experience, applies only to minor or trivial matters, innocent lapses that do not affect witness credibility. They do not apply to self-contradictions on material facts. Where these contradictions cannot be reconciled, the court has to reject the testimonies and apply the maxim falsus in uno, falsus in omnibus, unquote. Having said all that, the chair and this committee will still allow to hear what SPO3 Las Cañas has to say. This committee is not a court of law that will render judgment on the guilt or innocence of certain individuals. It is not a prosecutor that seeks the existence or absence of probable cause against persons being implicated in the commission of a crime. In a democracy such as ours, we do not suppress the voice of dissent and assertions of compunction and spiritual renewal, but not without a consequence on the part of the accuser for any misuse or abuse of his basic rights under existing laws of the land. Having said that, retired SPO3 Arturo Las Cañas and the other resource persons appearing before this committee will be questioned by the members present in the order of their arrival. They will be given 10 minutes each for every round of questioning. Since the members have already been provided with copies of his affidavit, to save time, we will proceed directly to the questions to be propounded by the senators. Before I yield the floor to my colleagues, there are at least a couple of questions or preliminary questions that the chair would like to address to SPO3 Las Cañas. In your, Comsec, kindly administer the oath to the resource persons present.